For those of you who want to be leaders in the future, here's some advice from authorities in fashion, specialty chemicals, drinks, and sport.
It's so easy when things happen quickly to get left behind. So as a leader, you've got to be able to adapt, move with the times, and grasp whatever's coming, take advantage of it. But on the other hand, the basics never change. The basic principles never change. And it's that combination of the basics and being adaptable that gives you a solid yet flexible approach.
To be daring is a good thing. We're a family business, but we're quite daring. We actually probably overstep ourselves with ideas, and often we'll go for things and they might cost us a bit of money, but usually we get it right. And I think that's a daringness and willing to go forward. I think it's why we're still around, you know, because we're just always looking for new things, and this business moves quickly, so we can't stand still.
There's a lot of things you need to have in your toolkit as a leader into the future, but some of the things I think that are absolutely fundamental is being able to cope with ambiguity. The world is getting more ambiguous, and as you go up the organisation, you're going to have to deal with that more and more and more. I think you have to have, going back to the team point, I think you have to be unbiased. I think there is a lot of bias in the world. And there's a difference between conscious bias and unconscious bias. And I think the more that you can take those unconscious biases and move into the conscious, then you can adapt and you can be aware of the things you are doing. And finally, pace of change. You know, the world is moving much, much quicker than it ever did before, so you've got to move quickly. You've got to not sit on your laurels and wait for things to happen. You've got to be on the front foot. You've got to be moving forward as quickly and as effectively as you can be.
My advice to people moving into a leadership role is must have flexibility. You must not have an ego. It must be very much about understanding your team, understanding them as individuals, not just as business people, and in a business environment. Trying to manage conflict. There's always going to be conflict, no matter when you get a group of people together. It's human nature. You've got to manage that conflict. You've got to manage the different variations in culture that may be in the team as well. But more importantly than anything else, you must have a strategy. You must have a plan. You must be working in a cohesive manner in order to have sustained success.
For the next generation, the pace of change is only getting faster and the problems more complex. Leaders of the future need to be adaptive, daring, and confident without being arrogant.